get a jacket because it's raining and everything. So that's why I wasn't with you guys. So now we're about to go to the next part, but this is the venue, guys. Drake did a music video there. I kind of miss the whole spiel about like what came about it in the history, because unfortunately I had to go get a damn jacket, but I'm happy I got this jacket, you guys. What do you guys think? Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, so the tour, see, there's all of us on the tour. So like they already went already, but yeah. And you're not allowed to take pictures underneath there because they said that the reason is because of COVID. But that's the thing, you guys. Alright, so now we're at our next destination that he's gonna talk about. So when I get closer, I'll see you guys after he's done. But let me walk up right now. Okay, look at that, you guys.
And he is known as a star architect. He's kind of a star, but he's also an architect. And his buildings always have this kind of exploded, wild, curvy, metallic look. Kind of complements the Bean, actually, although it's a different type of metal vibe. But this is where we do a lot of concerts in the summer. Our symphony performs here twice a week. We have movie nights once a week. We have all kinds of good stuff. Let's go. Got it! Got it!
What is happening right now?
Anyway, so so we do concerts here twice a week. We have movie nights. You can bring a picnic out to this field. So it's a lovely place on, a nice day today to see an outdoor show. Questions?
It was a clickbait, you guys.
Cool. Well, that was very I feel like we're in the Twilight Zone.
And I caught it on camera too. I thought he was gonna tell us to leave.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna have a clear area. He was gonna tell me to put my mask on.
Yeah, put your mask on. Yeah.
He was just like, no, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, and then he looked back and like, yeah.
I'm like, all right. Okay.
Thank you for pointing that out.
One more attraction in the park, and then we're gonna go back into the city. But it is named for the Crown family, which gave the money for this. They've made a lot of money in business. And this is, as you can see, it's giant faces. This guy named Jaume Plensa, who's an artist from Barcelona, designed this. And he took video of 1,000 different Chicagoans, of them smiling, winking, blinking, and occasionally spitting. So in the summer, when this is a fountain, there's actually water that comes out of the mouths, which is pretty great. It's like the only time it's nice to be spat on by somebody is like when they're cooling you off at a big fountain. They don't spit this time of the year though, so sadly you're missing your chance to be spat on by a Chicagoan. But maybe you can have it happen somewhere else if you ride the train late at night or something. But the faces are 1,000 different Chicagoans. They've talked about doing new ones, so maybe someday you'll see my face up there. Who knows? But yeah, they change every 5 minutes or so. And in the summer, also, this is a big reflecting pool. So there's lots of kids that play around and like are waiting for it to spit on them. And it's pretty fun. So yeah. Any questions? All right. We're gonna head back to the city. We're gonna go into the Loop. You guys know why this neighborhood is called the Loop? Because the loop, the elevated train, makes a loop around the neighborhood. So our train, as you may have heard, is called the L. Unlike the subway in New York, subway's underground, the L is elevated. There's a couple of exceptions in both cases. We have a couple of trains in the above ground. We're going to go right under the L, we're going to go into the heart of the loop, and we're going to walk down State Street. That gray street, as Frank Sinatra sang back in his song. Yes, I like to say this. Frank Sinatra has New York, New York, a song about New York, but he has 2 songs about Chicago. So I think he likes Chicago better. He has My Kind of Town and Chicago. So, can't talk to him now because he's dead. But, I would like to think that he likes Chicago. And this stretch is a little bit longer. Yes. Oh, this thing. Yes. Thank you. So this is a sculpture designed by Christine Karkowski. And this is one of those things where I read the description one time and it's so like esoteric and symbolic that I can't really explain it. It's something about like, planets and asteroids in space, and then the rocks are like representing the Earth. And like it's supposed to be about how like it's something about the environment too, because they're kind of recycled materials, and like it's about space debris. It's like all this like complicated stuff, but I'm like, it just looks cool. That's kind of my joke.
All right, we'll be back, you guys. All right, you guys. We are going to our next destination. It is raining, you guys, but we're still doing the tour. Look at my band just going back. See how I'm fixing myself. So we're on our way to the next one, but it is so nice up here, you guys. It's cold, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I had a big ass jacket. You guys might see that jacket later on today, because I think we're going out to dinner. So anyways, let me cross the street, you guys. Alright, so I will come back when we stop for our next tour, you guys. It is raining, like I said. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know some things I could do better on. Alright, don't forget to like the video, you guys. And ring that notification bell. Alright, I'll see you guys soon.
So, welcome to the magical funhouse store that we just went through. Doesn't always make that buzzing noise. So we are in Macy's, although many of us in Chicago still call this Marshall Fields. If you've been here years ago, you may remember Marshall Fields. They used to be our main department store.
Oh my God, I just realized something. Jennifer, I'm gonna have to take all of this out, the music. Yeah! All right.
Tiffany, also known for his lamps. You may know Tiffany lamps. Also mosaics. He was the son of Charles Tiffany, as in Tiffany Jewelry, and he designed all kinds of beautiful ceilings and ornate.
All right, you guys, your girl's not trying to get copyrighted. So basically, I kind of zoomed in so you guys could see there's actually restaurants up there, and I really do like the right there. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. So he was talking about, I believe it's 20 floors, so that's why I had to fast forward it, and now so there's stuff to buy. Don't forget to like the video, you guys, and I'll see you guys at the bridge.
Part of our city here, and it runs up all the way about 6 miles that way and out that way to Lake Michigan. What I mainly want to talk about here, since it's a little wetter, I'll save bigger stories for later, but I just want to point out a few of the buildings you can see here. So two of my favorite buildings are right behind us. Those are known as Marina City, often called the corn cobs, because they look like, you know, you just cleared off your barbecue plate. You got some ears of corn sitting there that have just been eaten. So they are designed by a guy named Bertrand Goldberg. He's one of our most renowned architects. He was active back in the 60s. This was designed in 1964. I think for that reason it has that kind of like Jetsons sort of vision of the future vibe going on. And a very funny story how this got started was there was the Union of Elevator Servicemen. Essentially, those are the guys that press the buttons for you in fancy elevators. And they were worried they were going to lose their jobs. A lot of folks were moving out to the suburbs back in the 60s as people had bigger families, you know, come back from the war and everything. And people in the city, especially these guys, were worried they were going to lose their jobs. So they were like, let's commission a building that's kind of the antidote to the suburbs. So in the suburbs, you have to drive everywhere. Here in Marina City, you have everything you need in one building. You got apartments up top, you got parking below. The building to the side, that's now the Hotel Chicago, was originally office space. Behind, you have that kind of weird, almost like turtle shell structure. That's what's now the House of Blues, which is a concert venue. And then you have restaurants and bars. And then beneath, you have your marina. So you just hop in your boat and go out on your way. So very ahead of its time. So ahead of its time, in fact, that the designer believed within a few years of its completion in the 60s that we would have flying cars, which is why you have these nice open, you know, garages you can just fly your car right into. We're still waiting on Elon Musk to make some flying cars for us, so we'll see if that happens. But it's also, you may remember, there's a really like early 80s Steve McQueen movie where there's a car that drives off the side. If you remember that film, that was shot here. More notable from recent history, an actual stunt that took place here was a guy named Nick Walenda, who's a tightrope walker, did a tightrope walk from one of these buildings all the way across to the Leo Burnett building, which is that dark gray square one on the opposite side. Unassisted, he had no net, he had no tether, he just had a pole, and he just walking, you know? Not something I would do, but he did quite well. He did a second walk between the two buildings, blindfolded, just between the two towers. Much shorter distance, but that's pretty insane. So that's Nick Walenda. But he'd already done the Grand Canyon by that point, so he was like, you know, this isn't that bad compared to the Grand Canyon. But it is windier than the Grand Canyon. We are the Windy City after all. Speaking of, you guys know why we have the name the Windy City?
A lot of wind?
A lot of wind, specifically coming out of our mouths. Not necessarily because the wind is blowing through the air, because a lot of politicians here making a lot of promises they don't necessarily keep. You know, you may have heard of a little bit of corruption in Chicago, just a little bit, you know. But yes, it actually got its name from people talking a lot, bragging a lot about the city, so I'm keeping up that tradition. But yeah, it is not from our weather originally. It's just kind of stuck, I think, because of the weather, because it can be windy also, weather-wise, but that's not the origin of the name. Any questions? All right, so we're going to cross the river. We're going to head over and get some Italian beef. Once we sit down there, I'll tell you all about it. And we'll grab some beef, and for a few people, we'll grab some beer. It's still in the drawbridge, actually. So you can see the middle right here, right where there's that metal. So it can still split in half. It's a quite heavy drawbridge. And actually, all of these bridges are all drawbridges. So that's, yeah, the mechanism. Exactly. No, it's just a heavy bridge, and they have pretty sophisticated pulley systems here. So yeah, Emerald is designed by a woman.
What, this building?
That's all.
Oh,
And I think it has curves, right?
by a woman.
You know, real buildings have curves.
What's her name?
What's the name of the woman?
Yeah.
Jeannie Gang is the architect. She's
Jeannie
from Chicago.
Gang.
She's a local, born and bred Chicagoan, and designed some beautiful buildings for us here. So that is almost done. The other weird thing about this building is you have that kind of hole near the top of the St. Regis. That's part of the design. It's not the entrance how it's going to work. It's because after it was under construction, the city saw the plans, and they were worried because the top floor, how narrow it is, because of the living down the city, they were worried. They felt really bad for the really rich people that were going to buy the top floor condo, because they were like, it's going to sway a lot, and when you pay that much money for a condo, you don't want it swaying back and forth. So what that's called a blow-through floor. So it essentially just allows the wind to blow through and keeps the top more stable. So I'm glad we made those nice accommodations for the rich people. It's really a tough life when you have that much money. So I'm glad that we helped them out.
The shade.
The building closer to us here with the beautiful ornate top and the clock, that is the Wrigley Building, formerly the headquarters of the Wrigley Chewing Gum, based here in Chicago. Also why we have Wrigley Field, because the Wrigley family owned the Cubs for a while as well. It's no longer headquartered there, but it's still a gorgeous example of 1920s kind of like neo-Gothic almost architecture. It's inspired by a church in Spain, in Sevilla. That's the inspiration for the top. And just behind it is the Tribune Tower, which is even more Gothic. We'll get a closer look at that once we leave our beef stop. But any questions? Let's get some beef. What's for dinner? Was invented by the Mexicans. No, I'm just kidding. The Italians. The Italian beef was originated during the period when a lot of immigrants worked in the stockyards. So the stockyards were a big part of our industry for many years, starting in 1883 up until they closed in 1971 when the stockyards kind of got more decentralized. And because so many immigrants worked there, a lot of times when there was like less quality cuts of meat at the end of the day, they would be given to some of the immigrants, because they couldn't be sold to anybody else. So the Italians, when they got these really tough pieces of beef, they had this idea like, how are we going to make this palatable? Oh, we will soak it, marinate it kind of in Italian herbs and seasoning overnight, give it some more flavor, make it more tender, and eventually a guy named Al Ferrari had the idea to slice it really thin, put it on bread, and send it down to a place called Al's Beef, which was a restaurant that opened in the 1930s. I would highly recommend, if you haven't done this already, to be dipping it into sauce, or maybe just drizzle the whole sauce on top.
Alright, I'm about to eat, you guys. I'll be right back after I'm done eating. jalapenos. The jalapeno just tastes good with it. I do. Gabe, our tour guide.
What's up? I'm having a crazy hair day. It's been a wild day here in Chicago, but we're doing great. Everybody's here. We're eating some food. It's awesome. Spring break.
It's birthday squad. You keep saying spring break.
Birthday squad.
Yes.
Spring break birthday squad.
This is really good. Oh my god. I feel like it's falling apart. Oh no, they can give us another one. No, I did. Yeah, and I put some in my water too. Yeah, I did. Because there's whole water there. They can ask for more. Do you want some of mine? Thank you. Oh, you don't want it because I put too much in my mouth? Trust me, honey. I'm good at it too. I sure am. So I can't have any more raw water?
All that water.
I know. For real. Use my water.
I did not try it. Why are you lying?
Oh my god. It could be a mukbang of this place. It's not, I'm not playing. Tasting this for the first time, my reaction. Is that okay, Jennifer? Yeah, exactly. Salt. You manque sel, you manque épices, it manque something. But but it manque en tout cas. But I don't like cheese that much, but this thing, yeah. But I do like. Alright, I'll be right back, you guys.
Oh my god, congratulations! Oh my god! Wow! I can't believe it. It was like a whole wedding, you guys. That was so cool.
Alright, let's get everybody else's reaction. Stephanie, what did you feel about the bride? Huh? The bride.
MVP.
The
bride was gorgeous, and she was getting married in the most perfect month, April, baby. She looked
Claire, what do you
beautiful.
think?
She looked beautiful.
Claire, what do you think?
She looks amazing.
Jennifer.
I just started. She looked beautiful.
Where's Ronnie? Oh, Ronnie, what do you think about the bride?
Oh, she was beautiful.
Oh my god, it was so beautiful. Claire again. Okay, let's give Claire her time, please. Move out the way. Move out the way. No, go ahead, model girl, cause
right here along the river. It's also where our fort was that burned down back during the War of 1812. So at that time, this is the mouth of the river. So anything east of here, anything that way, is actually built on landfill. So pretty crazy. All of these skyscrapers were all built on landfill that was extended into the lake over the years. So one time the lake went all the way up to here. I want to do, to celebrate some of our folks being from Haiti, and because we're near the end of the tour, we got to do a group photo. We're all going to hang out by Jean-Baptiste. I'm going to get a photo of the whole group for our Facebook page. And then I'm happy to take any individual photos if you guys want one, and then we're going to head up to get donuts. So everybody gather around.
it was so cold and windy, so the coffee kind of helped my hands stay warm, you guys. If you guys are not following my Instagram, because I took a lot of pictures, go ahead and follow. That's A_W_entertainment. All right, let's see what Gabe have to say.
Thank you. So, thank you guys all for coming out today. Hope you had a fantastic time. If you did, please tell your friends about the tour. If you didn't have a fantastic time, you don't have to tell anyone. That's totally fine. You can keep it to yourself. I want to thank all of you for coming out today and bearing with our kind of chaotic start to the tour. I appreciate. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know it's a little thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Just like filming people just kind of shit. So anyway, just make it rain up. Write a review. Also, that's really appreciated. If you mentioned my name, Gabe, in the review, my mom likes to read them, so she'll be really happy to get a nice review.
I'm gonna be like, hi,
Mention
Mom.
us, exactly. Mention us on TripAdvisor or Google. Also, a little bonus before you all head out. I know some of you are heading out pretty soon. I know this is conveniently wrapped, so you don't have to eat it right now. We have little popcorn bags. You may have heard Chicago is known for our popcorn. So we have, this is a Chicago Kernel, which you may have heard of Garrett's. The Chicago Kernel is very good as well. It's a mixture of cheese and caramel popcorn. It's a Chicago classic, so I'm just going to pass those out to you guys.
All right, you guys, it's officially the next day, you guys, and I realized I did not really close out the vlog. You guys were having a good time, so I was trying to have a good time as well. So yes, I did not. But you guys already know what to do. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in another episode of Wadney in Chicago. Bye.